The sky over Earth was bright with machines and antennas, humanity's greatest achievement for centuries. Yet today all eyes were on one creation, a small, strange-looking ship sitting in the middle of the launch platform. It was simple, almost too simple, its metal body uneven, its engines small, and its design made the engineers nervous, yet the leaders called it the prototype. The first weapon and ship that could defend Earth against the galaxy if needed. In the far reaches of space, the alien fleet watched. Their glowing ships shimmered as they hovered silently, scanning Earth's surface. The aliens laughed when they saw the prototype, their voices echoing through strange devices. "Look at these humans," they said. "They call this a weapon? It is a toy." Their laughter was sharp and cruel, filled with arrogance and confidence. Back on Earth, the crowd gathered around the prototype, not knowing how small and weak it looked compared to the rumors of alien technology. Children stared with wide eyes, engineers whispered nervously, and the commanders kept their faces calm, hiding the truth, a secret plan that only a few knew. Dr. Elena Rivers, the chief scientist of the project, walked slowly around the ship, touching the edges gently. "They will laugh," she said softly, almost to herself. "But they do not know its true power." Her eyes were steady, filled with quiet confidence, though inside, her heart raced with fear, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. The aliens decided to send a small scouting team to Earth. They wanted to see the humans' toy up close. The prototype sensors detected the alien ships as soon as they entered the atmosphere, sending signals to the command center. "They are coming," an officer shouted. "Prepare for observation." But there was no panic, only determination. The prototype shined under the sun, its metal curves reflecting light like a promise. The engineers had worked for years on this project, and now, their creation faced the galaxy's ridicule, yet within its simple frame, the prototype held something extraordinary, something the aliens could not see, a hidden power, a technology born from human creativity, patience, and courage. The crowd watched as the alien scouts approached, the small ships moving like shadows against the sky. Children clutched their parents' hands, engineers whispered prayers, and commanders gave quiet nods. The aliens sent messages, mocking Earth openly. "Is this your defense? Pathetic, laughable, weak." Dr. Rivers stepped forward, her voice firm and calm. "They may laugh now, but the laughter will not last," she said. Her eyes met the prototype's cockpit as if she could see inside, as if the ship itself understood her words. There was a strange calm in the crowd, a feeling that something big was about to happen, something no one could fully understand yet. The first alien scout fired a small warning shot, not to harm, but to show power. The prototype remained still, engines quiet, its metal body unshaken. The crowd gasped as the laser hit the ground near the ship, sending sparks flying. But the prototype did not move. It seemed almost alive, waiting, watching, learning. Suddenly, a small energy pulse shot from the prototype, barely visible to the naked eye, but enough to push the alien scout back. The aliens froze, unable to understand. Their arrogance faltered for the first time. The humans, still calm, began to whisper among themselves, a mix of fear and excitement. Dr. Rivers smiled slightly. "They will not laugh for long," she said, and the crowd began to see the truth. The prototype was small, yes, but it was powerful, smarter than the humans themselves, and it would soon show the galaxy that Earth was not weak, that humans, underestimated and mocked, had created something the universe could not ignore. And as the alien scouts retreated, the prototype's lights glowed brighter, a silent warning, a story of laughter, mockery, and the first spark of war had begun. The galaxy had laughed at Earth's weakest creation, but the first battle was about to change everything. After the alien scouts retreated, Earth returned to a fragile calm. The sky was clear, but the tension was heavy. Humans had seen the aliens' power and arrogance, and they knew war was coming. Dr. Elena Rivers and her team worked tirelessly inside the prototype's control room, adjusting circuits, testing engines, and running simulations. Every adjustment mattered, every small improvement could mean survival or destruction. The engineers whispered among themselves. "Will it be enough?" One asked. "The aliens are so advanced." Another shook his head. "We have to trust Dr. Rivers." For the first time, the humans realized their little creation was more than just a machine. It was a symbol of Earth's determination, a weapon born from courage and intellect. Meanwhile, the aliens observed from afar, their glowing ships floating silently in the void. They continued to mock Earth, believing the humans were too weak to fight. "Pathetic creatures," one alien commander hissed. "They can barely defend themselves." They did not know that humans had a secret, a hidden advantage within the prototype, something the galaxy had never seen before. Dr. Rivers called a meeting with the leaders of Earth. Their faces were serious, the room quiet except for the hum of computers. "They laughed at us," she said. "They think we are weak, but they do not see what we have built. The prototype is small, Yes, but it can change everything. We must prepare quietly, train our pilots, and improve every system. Every second counts. The humans began to work in secret, upgrading engines, strengthening shields, and installing new weapons. Engineers slept less, ate less, and focused only on the prototype. Every test brought new hope, and every mistake taught a lesson. Slowly, the ship became more powerful, more intelligent, and more dangerous to anyone who underestimated it. Outside, the cities remained calm, citizens unaware of the preparations, children played, and adults went about their lives. Yet in hidden bases, humans trained, studied alien tactics, and prepared for the first real strike. Pilots learned to move with precision, engineers calculated every possible scenario, and commanders planned strategy across Earth. One evening, Dr. Rivers stood near the prototype, her hands resting on its smooth metal. "Soon they will come," she whispered, "and we will be ready." Her eyes reflected the glowing lights of the control panels, and she could feel the ship's energy, a strange connection between human and machine, as if the prototype understood her words, promising strength in the coming storm. Suddenly, a warning alert sounded. The alien scouts had returned, this time in larger numbers, circling Earth silently, watching, waiting for a mistake. The humans did not panic. They had prepared for this moment. The pilots moved to their stations, engineers adjusted the shields, and Dr. Rivers activated the prototype's hidden systems. Its lights flickered, almost like a heartbeat, ready to respond. The aliens fired a small warning attack, trying to intimidate humanity. But this time, the prototype reacted instantly, deflecting lasers, absorbing energy, and sending a pulse back into the sky. The aliens froze, shocked. Their arrogance began to crumble. For the first time, they realized humans were not just weak creatures to laugh at. The quiet before the storm had ended. Earth had shown the first spark of resistance. The humans smiled, quietly, secretly, knowing the battle was coming soon. The prototype stood tall, small yet powerful, a silent guardian ready to defend its creators. And in the shadows of space, the aliens whispered warnings to each other. "These humans, they are not what we thought." The war had not started yet, but the stage was set. Every moment of preparation, every secret upgrade, would soon decide the fate of the galaxy. The humans had learned one truth. Underestimating Earth was the greatest mistake an alien could make, and the prototype, once mocked, was ready to prove it. The sky over Earth darkened with alien ships, thousands of glowing vessels forming a deadly army. Humanity had trained, prepared, and hoped the prototype could withstand the attack, yet nothing could prepare them for the sheer size and power of the invaders. The alien's leader hovered in the largest ship, its glowing eyes scanning Earth. "These humans are weak," it said, its voice sharp and cold. "They will fall quickly." But the humans had learned patience, strategy, and courage. They did not panic, they did not run, they stood ready. In the control room, Dr. Rivers watched the radar, her hands steady on the console. "All units, prepare for engagement," she commanded. Her voice was calm but carried authority. The pilots nodded, engines humming, shields glowing, and weapons ready. The prototype's lights blinked faster, almost alive, sensing the coming battle. The aliens fired first, massive energy beams cutting through the atmosphere. Cities shook, alarms blared, and smoke rose from distant towns. Yet the prototype moved quickly, its engines silent but powerful, weaving between lasers with perfect precision. It returned small pulses, disrupting alien energy shields and surprising the first wave. Human pilots followed the prototype, coordinating attacks, their small ships darting like shadows, hitting alien vessels, and retreating before retaliation. The aliens screamed in anger, unable to believe humans could fight back. Every strike from the humans was careful, precise, and deadly, a strategy no alien had predicted. On the surface, people watched the sky with awe, children pressed against windows, and adults whispered in disbelief, "Our humans, our Earth." Some cried, some cheered, but all felt pride. For the first time, humanity was not the underdog, they were the hunters. The aliens tried to regroup, their massive fleet forming new patterns. Their leader roared, "Destroy them. They are weak, but clever." Yet the prototype anticipated every move, its hidden technology analyzing alien strategies faster than they could react. Each pulse, each maneuver, forced the aliens back, step by step. Suddenly, one alien ship broke formation and fired directly at the prototype, a massive beam meant to destroy it instantly. The prototype's shields glowed brighter than ever, absorbing the energy and sending a counter wave. The alien vessel trembled, sparks flying. Before retreating, damaged and confused, the aliens began to fear. The first clash continued across the skies, lasers and energy pulses lighting the horizon. Humanity fought not with brute force, but with intelligence, patience, and courage, every pilot, engineer, and soldier played a role, united under one purpose, to protect their home and prove their worth. At the end of the battle, the aliens retreated, leaving broken ships scattered across space, their leaders seethed with anger, unable to understand how humans, the weakest species, could fight so well. On Earth, people cheered quietly, silently, proud but cautious, knowing this was only the beginning. Dr. Rivers looked at the prototype, her eyes soft but determined. "They will come back," she said, "and next time, it will be harder, but we are ready." The prototype's lights flickered, almost like a nod, as if agreeing with her. A small spark of triumph shone in the dark skies. The first clash was over, and humanity had survived. The galaxy had begun to see Earth not as weak, but as clever, brave, and dangerous, and the once mocked prototype had proven its worth, showing the first signs of the power that would one day change the war. The galaxy shook with whispers of humanity's surprising victory. Aliens across distant systems shared stories of the small planet that fought back. Their confidence began to fade, replaced by unease, fear, and curiosity. On Earth, Dr. Rivers and her team worked tirelessly, analyzing the first clash. Every system of the prototype was improved, engines tuned, shields strengthened, weapons refined, pilots trained harder, learning new maneuvers, anticipating alien tactics. Every day brought new hope and new strength. The aliens returned, this time with a larger fleet, their glowing ships covering the skies. They expected humans to be weak, scared, and easy to destroy. Yet when they approached, they were met with strategy and power. The humans had learned, adapted, and evolved faster than anyone could imagine. The prototype led the attack, its movements precise and deadly. Pulses of energy struck alien vessels before they could react. Shields absorbed massive blows, and counterattacks shattered enemy formations. The aliens tried to retreat, regroup, and reorganize, but the humans had found their weakness. On the command bridge, Dr. Rivers watched the battle unfold, her eyes scanning the holographic displays. "Focus on their patterns," she instructed. "They underestimate us, and that is their mistake." Her voice was calm, but her mind raced with calculations, strategy, and hope. Every human worked as one, united by the belief that their small planet could survive. Meanwhile, alien commanders whispered nervously, "These humans, their weapon, it is more advanced than we thought," one admitted. "They are clever, unpredictable, dangerous." For the first time, the aliens feared the planet they had mocked for centuries. Their arrogance cracked, replaced by panic and uncertainty. The battle grew more intense, lasers streaking across space, explosions shaking distant stars, yet the humans held their ground. The prototype moved like a shadow, striking precisely, dodging attacks, and always staying one step ahead. Pilots learned to anticipate its moves, engineers adjusted systems mid-battle, and soldiers cheered at every victory. In the midst of chaos, a human hero emerged, Captain Jalen Torres, piloting a small fighter alongside the prototype. He executed a dangerous maneuver, sacrificing his ship to destroy a key alien warship. The crew on Earth held their breath, watching the brave action unfold. His sacrifice turned the tide, giving humanity a clear advantage. The aliens, shocked and enraged, could no longer maintain control. Their fleet faltered, ships colliding and retreating in confusion. Humanity pressed forward, relentless and united. The once mocked planet now moved with purpose, strategy, and courage, showing the galaxy that underestimating humans was a fatal mistake. On Earth, citizens celebrated cautiously, knowing the war was far from over. But for the first time, hope shone bright. The prototype, small but mighty, had led humans to a turning point, proving that intelligence, courage, and determination could defeat brute force. Dr. Rivers looked at the glowing prototype, her eyes filled with pride. "We have won this battle," she said softly. "But the war is not over. They will return, stronger and angrier, but we will be ready." The prototype's lights flickered, almost as if it understood, promising strength for the battles ahead. The turning point had come. The galaxy began to whisper the truth. Earth was no longer weak, humanity was rising, and the small, mocked prototype was the symbol of hope, courage, and unstoppable power. The final battle began as the alien fleet returned, larger and angrier than ever. Their glowing ships filled the skies, casting shadows over Earth. They had underestimated humans for centuries, but now they realized the truth. The prototype led the charge, moving like a silent shadow. Its engines glowed brighter than ever, its pulses stronger, smarter, and faster. Human pilots followed in perfect formation, striking with precision and courage, every move calculated, every strike deadly. The humans fought not just for survival, but for honor. Aliens fired relentlessly, energy beams tearing through space, But the human strategy was flawless. Their shields absorbed massive attacks. Their counterpulses disrupted alien formations. The once mocked prototype guided them all, a beacon of hope and power. In the heart of the battle, Dr. Rivers monitored every move. Her fingers danced across the controls, activating hidden systems, guiding pilots, and calculating enemy weaknesses. "Now," she shouted, "strike together." The human fleet surged forward, unified and unstoppable. Captain Jalen Torres' legacy inspired every pilot. Every human fought with courage, daring, and intelligence. The aliens could no longer predict human movements. Their arrogance shattered, replaced by panic and despair. A massive alien flagship emerged, its weapons stronger than anything before. The prototype moved closer, dodging attacks and sending energy pulses that disabled its shields. Human pilots surrounded the vessel, striking at every weak point, until finally, the flagship exploded in a bright flash, sending the alien fleet into chaos. On Earth, people watched the sky with hope and fear, waiting for news. Prayers were whispered, children held their parents' hands, and every human felt the tension of the final moments. Then, slowly, alien ships began to retreat, their leader humiliated, unable to face the clever and brave humans. The battle was over, and humanity had won. The prototype, once laughed at, now stood as a legend, its small frame a symbol of human determination, courage, and ingenuity. Cities across Earth celebrated cautiously, the people proud but aware that peace had been hard-won. Dr. Rivers approached the prototype, her eyes shining with tears and pride. "We did it," she whispered. "They thought we were weak, but we proved them wrong." The prototype's lights flickered, almost as if it understood, as if it too shared the joy of victory. The aliens sent one last message, a whisper across space. "We underestimated Earth. We will never forget." Their arrogance broken, their fear eternal, humanity smiled quietly, knowing that the galaxy had finally recognized their strength. Children looked up at the sky, dreaming of stars. Pilots and engineers shared stories of the battle, remembering sacrifices, courage, and brilliance. The prototype became more than a ship. It became a symbol, a story told across generations. Dr. Rivers gazed at the stars, thinking of the long journey, the challenges, and the battles. "They laughed at our weakest creation," she said softly. "But that laughter is gone, replaced by respect, fear, and awe. Humans had risen from mockery to victory, and their legacy would never be forgotten." The galaxy had learned an important truth. Never underestimate humanity, for even the smallest, weakest creation could change everything. And as the sun rose over Earth, the people smiled, proud and united, ready for a new era of strength, courage, and hope.